Hi, 5th and 6th grade. This is the video for Bible for Monday, March 2030th. This week we're going to be studying about the life of Job. And in the story of Nehemiah, we learned about how God was a God of orderliness. He cared about those walls around the temple being rebuilt. God is not a God of disorder. God has a plan. When he planned the universe, he planned how all things need to work together. If you look in Job 38 through 40, he talks about all the things that he had a plan for. He had a plan for the foundations of the earth. He had a plan for the stars. He had a plan for how big the earth was going to be, the breadth of it, the width of it. He caused the rain to fall. He caused the grass to come forth. He causes the clouds and the lightnings, and he picks what animals the lion preys on. He knows about what the wild goats need and about what their young ones need. He gave the wings to the peacocks, and he gave the feathers to the ostriches. He planned what insect life would be here, and he just goes through and he tells Job all the plans that he had, and he says, Job, you weren't there. You don't know what I had in mind when I planned this all. So through this whole trial Job goes through, he learns that God has a plan for everything and that he just needs to trust him, even though sometimes he doesn't understand his plan. That's kind of where we're at right now. Some of you guys maybe are wondering, what's God's plan in all of this? Us all having to stay home and be in quarantine, and maybe you're wondering why God had our school year end up this way. I don't know what God's plan is. I do know that I've seen some really cool things. I've seen some people working together. I've seen some people turn back to God. So I know that God has a plan in all of this. Another thing we can learn from the book of Job is just thankfulness. Thankfulness in the things we do have. Sometimes we take everything for granted. You know, we took for granted our school with our desks and all of our supplies there and our recess. And remember how you guys were getting sick of playing in the gym and you just wanted to go outside? You'd probably like to go back and play in the gym for a few minutes with your friends right now, right? So sometimes when we have some not great circumstances, it teaches us to be thankful for the things we do have. So from this lesson of Job, we're going to learn about some gratitude and about orderliness, about how God does have a plan. Okay, the opposite of gratitude is thanklessness, and we want to be thankful in everything we do. And then the opposite of orderliness is confusion, disorder, and chaos. God is not a God of disorder. He's not a God of chaos. He always has a plan. All right. I am going to come back on Thursday and talk to you guys and go through the answers from this week's lesson, but really see what you can get out of this. I want to also read you our verse for the week. It's Psalms 91, 3 and 4. I'm going to read you verses 1 and 2. I don't need you to say verses 1 and 2 again. I just need you to say verses 3 and 4. But verses 1 and 2 say, He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Do you guys remember? That was our verse from the story about Rudy. It was called A Father's Promise. Remember? That was the verse that God gave to his father. I will say unto the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress. My God, in Him will I trust. Surely, this is the part that I want you to say for this week. Surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with His feathers. Under His wings thou shalt trust. His truth shall be thy shield and thy buckler. So that's the verse I want you to learn from this week. God promised us to keep us safe in Him. We don't know how long we're going to be home or how the next few weeks are going to play out, but we know that God has a plan and that God is in control, and we can rest in that today. I want you guys to have a good day, and I miss you. I'll see you soon.